there's always an accident. There's always an accident that messes things up too. Although there was one day when I was listening to the radio on the way to work, and where they said, let's check in with Sally on the weather or the traffic cam, and she said, well, nothing to report here, back to you. And I was just like, that's got to be like history made right there, that there was 0 traffic incidents.
Golly, you love talking about the weather too, don't you?
I hate talking about the
weather. Think about that transition, by the way. Sally's job, right? What profession has had a worse transition than traffic copter guy who was literally flying around the city in a helicopter, checking in with updates on traffic, to Sally in the traffic studio, literally just looking at webcams all morning? Like the change in position, just it blows my mind. I'm sorry.
Right. Could you imagine like getting off of the helicopter after like the 6-hour shift and you're just like blah 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 blah.
Well, I'm sorry. I just want to make myself clear. I think the traffic copter position was amazing. You're flying over the city and you're just looking at all those ants down there, like sad. And you're saying, hey, ants, here's what you shouldn't do. And here's what I'd do if I were you, but I'm not, because I'm a god in the sky in a helicopter above you. I lord over all of you. It's the equivalent to like that all of a sudden Michael Jordan is playing basketball and wait, Michael, your job changed. We no longer need you on this court shooting and dunking the basketball. Instead, we just need you to sit in this Barca lounger and play NBA 2K, and you're just as effective. You're just as cool. You're just as good. And Michael's going to be sitting there in the lounger going, well, this sucks. I hate this.
Yeah, he's going to be like, hey, let Kobe do it. I sometimes, I can't control that. But yeah, I think I'd
P.O. Box 7384, California. Alex, address to Alex.
What, too soon? Oh, anyway.
Alex, what's your traffic copter voice?
Here today, we're going to look down on everybody else, just like Marty said, and hope there's not a huge gust of wind, because, what was that? It was a bird. Never mind. We're good. Looks like there's about 2 hours worth of traffic. Jordan, down to you.
So this is Thanks, a good segue. What are we talking about today, guys?
Talking about work.
Talking about work.
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 Work where I want to be on the ground.
Do you want to be on the ground?
Oh, yeah.
Are you scared of heights? Flying?
I think it's a lack of control. I think it's the fact that I'm not the pilot.
What if you were the pilot?
I think I would change everything.
So if you had the stick in your hand, you'd be good to go.
I think so. I think that's the difference for me.
But you like roller coasters and stuff, right?
No, I like people, and people like roller coasters. So I wait with them online, and then when we get there, they're like, "There's a seat if you'd like to sit next to me," and I'm like, "Why?" Oh, I'm trapped. So
do you get on the roller coaster, or are you the worst person in the world who? Excuse me. Back to the line. Excuse me. No, I'm sorry. I'm not getting on. Excuse me. No, I don't have a young child with me. Excuse me. No, I don't need to go to the bathroom. I don't want to do that. Excuse me.
I'm like a caveman that's never seen technology. And I'm like, so you hold your hands up? This, like, why are we doing this? Okay. Yay!
Do you talk loud like that too?
Absolutely. That's exactly what I do. I like turn around.
What's happening? What, we're gonna put the seatbelt on now? Ah!
Yeah.
People in line are like, I'm not sure he's okay.
I'm not fooled by this story. I don't believe you one iota. I think you're the guy on the coaster who does scream his head off, like very high pitched, loud screams. And then you get to the part where it takes your picture and he's like, ah!
So like beforehand, we're like, you guys want to do the sunglasses thing and arms crossed?
Yeah.
And like, who's doing the eyes? Who's doing the ears?
Are we doing Charlie's Angels?
1,000% that's me. I want to figure out where that camera is.
Well, Katie's here. She rode with you, right?
She did. We broke 3 roller coasters. We got on the roller coaster and they were like, I'm sorry, this doesn't work anymore. We got off and then we tried again and we got up to the line and they were like, this one's broken too. Yeah, it was very much Forrest Gump.
Ask him to ride X2. What's that?
Oh, the worst roller coaster in the world. The Enter Sandman roller coaster.
What's it about?
He's talking about it like we're supposed to know about it. You guys don't know about the Inner Sandman X2. You guys, who lives in Texas, and you who lives in Minnesota, you guys don't know about this.
I'm pretty sure there's a Six Flags Texas
in San Antonio, which is 3 hours away from me. Where could you get to in 3 hours, Alex? Could you leave the state, Alex?
No, I think maybe I can make it to Vegas.
Guys, we're not bashing
It's in a
states
different
today.
state.
This is work. Calm your tits.
By the way, Calm Your Tits, of course, sponsored by Beard Daddy. Beard Daddy.
Beer Daddy.
I swear to God, if you step on my tagline one more time, Alex, there's a beat to this thing. Sponsored by Beard Daddy. Beard Daddy.
Beard Daddy.
Fill in the blank. Damn it.
You guys are feisty today. Feisty. Man, are we going to be able to get
because
through
I had
this
a long
without
day at
killing
work.
each other?
It was a long day at work, Jordan. Segue.
All right. Well, welcome to Two Guys and Another Guy, where you got a couple guys and another guy sitting here talking about stuff and giving our thoughtful opinions on things we are experts at. One of the things that we're experts at is work. We're all 3 very expert at work.
Can I just commend you on that intro, Jordan? It was poignant, it was heartfelt, and it really hit home for me.
I mean, it's the truth. I mean, I didn't write it down in advance. It just came to my head, and I said the words as they went through my mind.
Jordan, I know what you do, but for the people at home, are you comfortable saying what you do as a profession?
I mean, what do you think I do?
Let me just recap that statement. Jordan, I know what you do, but do you feel comfortable recapping for the people at home what you do?
Well, it seems like we should. I mean, we're talking about work. It's only fair that whoever bothers to waste their time with us knows what we do. So, yeah, I mean, I'm in the IT business, the information security and information technology business.
So do you work with people or are you just staring at a screen all day?
No, I work with people. I most of what I do is like dealing with our clients and business planning and consulting on security best practices and things like that.
Yeah, again, this is for me. So just like a 30-second synopsis. In general, when you're dealing with clients, are people angry with you? Are they frustrated with you having to be there? Or are you a godsend? Are you the solution to all their problems?
If I've done my job right, Marty,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a godsend.
Yeah.
And
Would
if
your wife agree with that?
It was in her vows. But yeah, I mean, part of at least my job in customer service like jobs, I think, is that look, yeah, sometimes they are pretty bent out of shape when I talk to them. Sometimes they are, but you know what? You got to listen. I'm not there to sit there and tell them they're wrong. I'm not there to make excuses. I'm on their side. You see, I want what they want. We want the same thing. And I'm there to help get us there.
That again, poignant and beautifully delivered. I love it.
I will say, in all sincerity, I love my job because we work a lot with small and mid-sized businesses, and I just have a passion for that. I just love. I mean, it's the I wrote a paper on this in college, like small businesses and it's the backbone of America, and I love. And what's nice is that because we provide IT services and security and stuff to all types of businesses, I get to connect with their missions. Because as an IT service provider, and I tell this to our team all the time, that like it can be really mundane, and you can get kicked around, and you can be most of the time when our help desk gets called, that person is pissed, and it can be a thankless job. And how much time do we got left on the show?
I'm just watching Alex's body language and facial expressions, and the only thing that's going through my head is when you say IT specialist or IT professional to almost anybody, not me, Jordan, not me. Yeah, I'm not talking about me, but almost everybody else. Alex's body language perfectly sums up what everybody's doing in their brain when they start hearing about what IT specialists do. Not me, Jordan.
They're glazing over. They're glazing over, right? Their
totally
eyes are glazing over.
Donut glazed.
Yeah, and here's the thing.
Nope. That was not a leading question. What I needed you to talk about.
I just have to end with this. You help one person. You connect with one person, and you are helping that mission of that company get achieved. Some of our clients are healthcare providers. You are helping people get the health care that they need. Every time you help one person who clicked the wrong thing, I rest my case. Good night.
There was no case that needed to be argued. Alex, let's transition to you. You're starting a new position up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you at liberty to talk about your position?
I can't tell like what it is, but I can say like that I've been like cast, I guess. Like I will be working at Universal, but I can't say what I'm doing.
Perfect.
Can we say what you're doing?
No.
No. And this is the first time back in the workforce since COVID, right?
Yep, 2 years.
Wow.
Because we even went through the process last summer because there was a chance that they were going to open up.
Right.
And so like went through the audition process and was like excited to get back to it. And then we got put back into lockdown. So yeah, 2 years since I've worked. And like the spring was the first time like I was around adults, I guess. So this will be different.
So you just feel the energy? Are you just excitement bubbling over? I mean, you look like it.
I love working. I think working is one of the most fun things to do, and I'm that annoying person that thinks like if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. Like I'm that guy when you get the paycheck, you're like, I would have done it for free. Suckers.
The only question I really have is, have you found out yet if you can keep the beard or if you have to shave the beard?
I can do whatever I want with the facial hair. I'm wearing a mask, so we're good. I can, which works well for me.
They're putting a mask over that beautiful mug.
Unfortunately, they're putting a lot of things on it. That was not an innuendo.
It felt like an innuendo.
It did. It absolutely did.
It sounded like an innuendo.
I heard it.
Yeah.
And Marty, what do you do?
So I'm in marketing, which is the same answer that like accountants give. Just sounds boring, nondescript. But I work for a Texas restaurant based company that has a whole bunch of locations all across Texas. And I do all of the restaurant marketing for multiple brands.
Do they give you free food?
That is the biggest problem working with restaurants is trying to maintain the waistline. So yes, I have a little card that they gave me on day one, and it's just like a free swipe card where you just get whatever food you want whenever you want and as much of it as you want.
Why wouldn't you use it all the time?
I can't. I can't.
Too much sodium?
just way too much of everything. So yeah, it's definitely a perk. And when I get to treat like friends and family to that perk, they get very excited. Especially after they find out that alcohol is involved. But yeah.
That's fun. We're gonna play some games.
Yay.
We were gonna do some work games. Like when you call in sick, what are some excuses that you would tell your boss? Wrong answers only.
Wrong answer
Mm-hmm.
only. Okay.
You can start with a correct answer, and we can get into wrong answers. But essentially,
So wait, are we mimicking actually calling into our boss?
you can. That wasn't the intention. The intention was just like, hey, Jordan, what's some? Yeah, I guess this is not how you do a phone.
But when did this change over? Like this was how you did a phone forever.
I don't know.
Like, was it the BlackBerry? Was it iPhone 1 generation? People don't do this. I guess they do this.
Like the Nokia was even that, if you think about it.
Yeah, the brick phone, Zach Morris phone. All right, here I'm calling into work.
When I call in sick to work, I usually just quit.
How binary.
That sounds like a Midwest mentality. Like I'm going to work until I have to quit.
Yeah, I can't come in today, but your wife says hello.
Ooh. Yeah, I can't come in today. I was trying on a new outfit and I got stuck in my turtle shell.
Yeah.
Can't come into work today. I slipped on my beard grease.
Can't come into work today. My wife actually said I do look fat in this outfit.
I can't come into work today. Do you know how to get blood out of a carpet?
I can't come in because my poop smells fishy.
Nice.
That's actually a good reason to not go in.
Yeah, you really shouldn't go into work. Why are you smelling?
And it tastes fishy too.
I have so many bad visuals now.
I think we're good with that game. Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, that's a wipe.
Oh, please.
It was on purpose.
Yeah, good. My poop. Oh. Those types of games are very good insights onto what's going on inside of somebody's head.
True. So, Jordan, do you not call in sick?
I would have to be like dying to call in sick. I mean, obviously, if I'm sick and like I don't want to be contagious, so I'll if I feel like I'm contagious, I wouldn't.
But you were very adamant about the fact that the only reason you would call in would be to quit.
Well, so I was thinking about a very specific story where I was young and went out and partied and had opportunities for things that I didn't think I would ever have opportunities for. And I ended up, had to work the next day and I was too I was too hungover to go in and I just quit. That's what I was thinking of. And I'm ashamed.
That's what you were referencing.
I'm ashamed of it.
I asked jokingly, is this a Midwest mentality? But honest question, would you say it's a Midwest mentality?
To quit instead of going?
No, like I'm going to go in to work come hell or high water. I asked the question because I vividly remember watching a documentary on like Larry Bird and how he hurt his back, which ended his career. He was literally shoveling gravel for a new driveway at his house. And people would ask him like, you're Larry Bird, like 3-time MVP. Why would you be doing this yourself and not hire somebody else? He's like, because you go to work. That's what my dad taught me. He hurt his back. He was in traction for the rest of his career, but he still played 3 more seasons, almost not being able to walk because he grew up in Indiana. And that's the Midwest mentality.
I don't think it's Midwest mentality. I know plenty of people that use their sick days like it's freaking water.
But not Jordan, because if you weren't listening at the beginning, if Jordan doesn't go into work every day, he can't help people achieve their mission statements and probably save lives.
It's not about me. See, my life is not about me. It's about you achieving your goals. And I'm not gonna miss it.
Love it.
We're gonna
That's
do
a Jordan.
we're gonna do headlines too, Jordan. Just
yeah.
to give you a heads up before we get there.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, so but on the topic of work, I was thinking about this the other day, or I was talking to some guys that are at their retirement age or getting there, and like, do you guys feel like you could retire and not still work? Like, do you think you could just not have anything to do, just dink around in the garage?
That's like, why? What are you doing? I mean, like, you retire, you get that paycheck, and then you start another venture. I don't think you ever stop. Essentially, like I don't think you ever stop work. You're always going to be like pushing towards something.
I would disagree. I mean, yes, you will always have something to occupy your mind, but if I can work to the point where I can retire and live preferably on a beach and find another activity to keep me interested, active, and engaged, I'm going to do that. I'm not going to go on to my next business venture, but that will be my new venture.
You're going to start finding seashells, and then you'll paint them with certain designs, and someone's going to see one, and then you're going to start selling them. And then all of a sudden, you got a job that you didn't expect. Because of your creativity, your venture became a business venture, is all I'm saying.
It's a curse. It's a curse.
I just feel like that's what we're doing. You know, like, you can't help it. You push, and then, oh, I want that. I want what you're doing. They're like, all right, we'll take it. Well, no, I got to give you money now. Well, that would be a service, for goods, and then that would make it a job.
So is it hard for you to understand that you and I might have a completely different mentality? I'll use TikTok as an example. I do not have a merch line. I have no intention of ever doing a merch line. I have told people, if you want to do my merch line for me, go for it. Have at it. And you're listening to me say that right now thinking, that's crazy. Like, why would you do that?
Alex, do you want to do it? Me and you go 50-50 and run his merch line?
Merch it up.
I do not want to run a merch line. I like him want someone else to do that for me, where I design it and then you take care of everything else, and I never touch any of it. So I understand that part. I just everything is always an opportunity. You know what I mean? So there's always an opportunity.
Yeah, and you don't like to see opportunities squandered.
If it's there, go for it. Why not?
You never answered the question, Jordan.
Oh, what was the question?
You asked it.
Oh, my question? I asked it to you. It wasn't for me. No, I'll probably work till I die. All right, let's move on. No, I don't know. I don't think I would work. Like the context that it came up with for me was, the guy that brought it up was is retired, but he's got a job at like a golf course, and he was just like, man, if I don't keep busy working, then I feel like I'm going to turn into that guy that just sits on the patio and yells at people, and I don't know. I wouldn't have any. I would always be doing something, I think.
So my dad has that mentality. My mom and my dad just sold their business. They retired. My mom was in corporate, and my dad and my mom together owned property in 2 franchises that they sold the franchisees back to the corporate locations. So they did very well, made out very well, retired at a young age. And my dad lasted a solid month before he literally walked into the local hardware store and said, I want a job. Just so he could have something to do every day. He just loves talking to people. And I mean, they did very well for themselves. and there's no reason for him to be doing it, but he's just doing it to keep busy.
I mean, what I think would be fun is like investing in a startup or something, like being an investor where you don't have to do the work, but you can kind of like be a part of it and help advise. And
That's a knife you're just digging into my side right there, because I had that exact conversation with my parents.
ooh. And why is there a knife involved?
I don't know. If only they could find a young individual to invest into to start a business.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the topic for another day. It sounds like we'll talk about
Or a couch. I don't know.
parents and therapy or something.
Mhm.
Headlines. Hey, guys.
Alex is like, what?
How can I use this and bring this into the show?
All right, guys, are you ready for headlines? Because here's what I'm going to do. These are real stories, real headlines from real websites in this real world that we live in, and it's current. They're current events, and they're good, straight from Microsoft Bing.
And Headlines is co-sponsored by Bing and Beard Daddy. Beard Daddy, get your Bing on. Alex, damn it! When are we gonna figure this out? Beard Daddy, tagline. Beard Daddy, bring it in.
Oh, sorry, I just talked over it. Do it again.
No.
All right, this one's from Newsweek, gentlemen. Newsweek,
gentlemen.
just Newsweek. Man bites snake after being attacked, visits healer and lives. What's the rest of the story with that? What's the deal with that?
Yeah, he went to the hospital. It's weird they call it a healer. That's science, I believe, that saved him. He drank 3 potions of ibuprofen and called them in the morning.
Yeah, that is incorrect, Alex. What actually happened was he was in a long-form Dungeons and Dragons campaign, and the healer in the campaign that was written into the story was the person who gave him said potions that healed him. So it was an advanced form of LARPing, is what that story left out.
Long form Dungeons and Dragons just seems redundant to me.
You guys want to play a quick game of Risk?
Well, you got 3 days? I love Risk.
All right,
You guys
hey
wanna
Marty,
play
this
Risk?
one's for you. You can start this one off for us.
Okay.
Chipotle just threw some serious shade at Beyond Meat Impossible Foods. What's the rest of that story? and you're frozen. Alex, you
One more
start.
time
Oh, there
for the
you
kids
go.
at home.
They didn't hear it.
Yeah, one more time for the kids at home.
Go ahead, Jordan.
Go ahead.
Say the headline again.
Oh,
He didn't hear it.
did you miss that headline? Well, this is from Yahoo Finance, and Chipotle just threw some serious shade at Beyond Meat Impossible Foods.
He froze again. This message brought to you by Burger King. Chipotle, go fuck yourself.
Oh man.
Have you tried?
I kind of heard that, Jordan. I promise. This message brought to you by Burger King. Chipotle. We don't blow out bathrooms like you do. Suck it.
Yeah, no. They tried the Beyond Burger, and honestly, that one is nonfiction because I don't think anybody should put that in their body. But I think it's sad that Chipotle felt like they needed to go after Burger King, the drive-through line that is always open. Literally, no one's ever in the drive-through line.
Do you think that's a California thing?
Do people like Burger King in other places?
Not in Texas, but if you go through the Sun Belt, 100%.
This is for everyone. ask all of your friends, seriously, do a family feud, what their favorite fast food restaurant is, and come back to me and tell me how many people say Burger King.
My father-in-law said that the Whopper is the best hamburger on the face of the planet, and if he was stuck on a deserted island, he would want Whoppers as his only meal for the rest of his life.
So
I rest my case.
Doing the job that I do, Alex, I know the answer to the question, and I'm not going to give you the answer on this podcast because it really does break down to socioeconomics.
Yeah,
so
it's
the poorer
positioning.
you are,
Mhm.
the more you like Burger King. And
So-
we'll leave it at that.
Taco Bell also.
So you're really showing your privilege right now, Alex.
Taco Supreme, if you will.
All right, here's another one. Here's another headline. Moving on. The seagull thief is at it again.
Yes. So there's a guy in Florida, Miami, Florida, who goes around and he's wearing, he's got a yellow banana hammock and he's stealing people's food. But he also films TikToks with it. So like they've caught him. So he struck again. He froze again.
No,
there he is.
that's not what happened at all. The seagull thief is an actual
just staring
seagull.
at you.
And he flies in. And when girls are taking selfies on the beach, he swoops down and he grabs the phone. Can you guys hear me at all? Am I just completely frozen?
We can hear you. We just can't really see you.
Oh, we can
That's
see you
fine.
now.
That doesn't mean take your shirt off. That just means
We just every once in a while we get a nice little picture. It's like the freeze frame.
yeah, it's like Mad Max. Is that it? Was that his name, Mad Max? Or that's not his name? Like the Pepsi guy? Gosh, talk about showing my
That was
age.
like Max Headroom.
Yeah, that's it. It wasn't Mad Max. He wasn't mad.
42 subtle signs you are definitely falling in love.
Jeff Bezos releases his guide to getting married. Free shipping.
And movies.
What is happening? We see
Oh,
you.
we lost him
do
now.
we do see you.
I was hoping that I was just still freeze for like 3 seconds. So I was trying to pose differently.
No, it only does it when you're not trying.
Yes, it's when you start a story.
To me, it's actually funnier if I was not freezing that whole time.
Did you guys hear about this one? A massive rubber duck appeared in the main harbor and no one can quack the case.
That's ridiculous.
It's true. It's a true headline, man. I don't know.
That was a
Who
real
lives in Maine?
headline.
Anyone live in Maine?
Does Dr. Seuss work there? Why is that a headline? He's dead. I'm sorry.
Because there's a giant rubber duck that just randomly showed up in the harbor.
I don't think it's random though.
Well, you think it was on purpose?
Yeah, I think somebody was like bathing in the harbor. and
Was
they
it
had-
Ernie? Bert and Ernie?
Rest in peace, Ernie.
Mm.
That was the day we never saw him again.
What did they do for work?
Each other? And that's our show. No, we have two more things. We have two more things to do.
Wait, what did they do for work?
I feel like we know. I mean, they slept together, and then they got up, took baths.
I think
And where'd
that
they go?
Bert was an accountant and Ernie was a different type of accountant. Did you hear the news about OnlyFans today, by the way?
They're getting rid of pornography, right?
Mm-hmm.
That still doesn't
Mhm.
affect my life at all, but that is interesting news. Won't there be just another service that comes out?
I don't understand the thought process for the business model. I'm just
Oh,
very
they'll lose
confused.
everything. They'll aren't they tanking on purpose? Like, isn't that their market? I honestly don't know. Do you subscribe to any?
I do not.
Okay.
Again, I don't control the financials in my household. So we discussed this before the show. So you think I can subscribe to a service of that nature where
I'm
my wife
sure-
literally, like, I'm not even joking. If I order something off of Amazon, I will get a text within 3 seconds saying, "Did you order this?" Like,
Well,
you think I
Yeah.
can do that?
Amazon does that for you. It sends her an email. It's like, get your husband.
Yeah, get your man's.
I mean, when you subscribe to OnlyFans, it's a discrete billing, though, right? Right? Tell me it's right.
We don't know, Jordan.
Did you get another haircut, Jordan?
I did, yeah. I had to get ready for my thirst trap.
The beard is looking tight today.
Yeah, I trimmed it a bit.
It's looking nice. Alex, have you ever trimmed that beard?
I have never trimmed this beard. I pay someone to do that for me. So that happens every like 3 weeks. I go in and tell them to make me look good.
Make me look good for the Civil War reenactment.
I used that line with him because I was like, I desperately need a trim, and he was like, I don't work for the next 2 days, and I was like, well, I guess I'll be doing a Civil War reenactment then. I'll see you in 2 days, and yeah, he liked that.
He did.
You got some
Jebediah.
you got some controversy over your Colonel Angus thing, didn't you?
Did because someone thought I stole the content.
Yeah, and did you?
Well, yeah, I said it in the caption. It was written there. Hey, got this from SNL essentially. But it's a funny bit, and people liked it, and they were like, "Part 2." And I'm like, why do you think everything's got a part 2? Speaking of which, Jordan, you're doing a part 2 on the Beard Daddy thing, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. But ask me as Colonel Angus.
Colonel Angus wants to know if you're getting down and dirty on that part 2.
Yes,
I'm just saying you could do a whole live segment with that character.
Yeah, I should. I'll do that. I'll do Colonel Angus on the next live I do. That's fun.
It is magic. I agree with Brian. It's pure magic. That voice, that skit, the whole thing.
Yeah, but Marty, say that like an old-timey detective.
What was the line? Feed me line.
I don't remember. Say it. Just say something. Say how good Colonel Angus is. How great it is.
Well, I'll tell you, Jordan. Colonel Angus is one of the best we've ever seen in this game. He's out there on the streets beating the path every day. He's out there hitting up the dames. Colonel Angus is the guy you got to go to if you need information on the ones and twos, the bee's knees, every days.
He walked into my room. I said, "Oh, this guy's got a problem." He looked at me. I thought, "Oh, he definitely has a problem, and it's me. Where do I know him from? Oh, I've seen him on TV." I thought, "That's Colonel Angus." At that moment, I knew I had to have him.
That was the Grinch.
Yeah. No. Alex hit it. I was more like newspaper sales boy, like extra read all about it.
You were the one Jewish character in every sports film. That's what you were.
Oh, 1920s sportscaster. Yeah.
That's who you were.
There he is out on the pitch. Here he is, Diamond Dog. Everyone loves him. The dames call him Hat Swinging Hammer.
He's 2-inch Tony.
Yeah. Strike one into the bull plate. He's coming at you, though, like a freight train. Oh, that's a humdinger of a swing.
All right, Jordan. We want to do some Judge Darling, and it's going to be work dad versus home dad, I believe.
And who is arguing which? Who will be the work dad and who will be the homo? I'm sorry.
I swear he plans out that
It
lip
doesn't
gloss.
seem like it.
Like
Like,
you absolutely have to plan out that lip gloss. The way he puts it on, like who wants to do it?
Someone has to keep this show afloat.
Oh.
And it's going to be me and my lips.
I will be arguing the side of work dad.
and
Work
I'm
dad,
home
okay.
Mhm.
And you're the home dad. All right. All right. Let's all rise for Judge Darling here. And why don't we go ahead and just start with, we'll go ahead and have a seat now. We can see your,
Chesticle.
it's not going to get you any points with me.
Won't it?
All right. It'll give you a few.
Yeah.
All right. So Marty's in the lead right now.
You turned into a leprechaun all of a sudden. Oh, to get you a few.
All right. Okay. So who wants to start? Anyone want to start? Let
Sure.
me flip this.
Okay.
I don't know which side's head and which is tails. So, Alex, why
Alex,
don't
you
you
can go
start?
first.
So as a stay-at-home dad, you have to repeat yourself a lot. So I will say that the stay-at-home dad is has a higher importance than the work dad because anybody can work. I mean that's child's play, really.
I mean, right now we're at like a 90% unemployment rate, Alex. You saying anyone can work?
They can, they just won't.
My numbers are sound too, by the way.
Don't
Hey,
Google that.
I just binged it.
Oh, okay. So yeah, anyone can work. You can go out there, you go to Starbucks, and you can go to a hardware store and just demand a job, and you could be a 70-year-old man, and they'll give you a job. So like, it's not hard. Anybody can do that, but to like keep another person alive day in and day out, and actually act like you care and love them, I think that's the biggest.
Act like?
Always
Is this an
keep,
acting gig? You gotta
always-
have acting skills?
always act like a dad. You know what I mean? Think back to like My Two Dads with Paul Reiser and Balky and Paul Reiser and Helen Hunt and Paul Reiser. Yeah, you know where it was
I
going.
really liked Paul Reiser. You just got points for saying his name 3 times.
Good. So, like Charles is in charge because he runs the house.
See, now you're talking my language.
But who was the boss?
I think it was Mr. Belvedere, honestly. I think Mr. Belvedere was the boss. He kept everyone together. And step by step, he
Day by day.
always, family mattered.
Great points.
In
You know
every
what?
full house, it does.
Cheers to that. Cheers to that. I will award you lots of points because I like all that. I didn't like how you started. I mean,
No, me neither.
repeating yourself all the time. I hate repeating myself. I hate repeating myself.
What's that?
I say I hate it.
Foghorn Leghorn, right?
I was going to say.
All right, Marty, what do you think? What do you think about anyone can work? Yeah. What do you think about the working dad? No.
Well, I'm going to take a different approach here. I feel like I am coming out of the gate a loser automatically because I cannot disagree with anything that Alex just put on the table. I think it's incredibly difficult to be in a house with young children specifically and not have much social interaction with the outside world, let alone have adult conversation. So with that being said, when a working father has to leave his family every single day, he understands he is severing the connection for 8, sometimes 12 hours a day that he could and most likely should be having with those children. So there's an inherent guilt anytime we open up that door and start that car and make that Am I just fighting a losing battle here, Judge?
No, the judge said no. That's indigestion from your oatmeal that you had to eat quickly to get out of the house.
That's 12 sweet hours of freedom, my friend.
Well, let's stick with the word of thanklessness then, Judge, because it is a thankless job for you to go in 5, sometimes 6 days, 7 days a week to toil away at a job that you know is important and that you know you're making a difference, but you know in your heart maybe isn't what you would prefer to be doing at this moment, so that you can provide and put food on the table for your loved ones and those who depend on you at home. Those people who, look up with big smiling faces and say, "Daddy's home," as soon as you open that door, Judge. And then as soon as, you walk out that door, they say, "Where's Mommy?" Immediately.
No, you're right.
I
You're
miss
right.
Mommy. That's what they say.
Every time you take that company card and give yourself a free chef-made meal, 5-star meal with a bottle of wine, I mean, I'm sure it just hurts. It's just saddening. And every drop of wine that you guzzle down your
I feel like
mouth-
this is targeted. Are you targeting this at me? Because
No, me
Did-
too.
did-
Me too.
did I
Whenever
meet
I'm-
clients this morning at Hotel Zaza for a lovely breakfast? Maybe that happened.
When you're sitting at table 9 and you're drinking a Merlot,
Did we have mimosas for breakfast? Maybe.
Okay. I think I've heard enough. I'm gonna say that you might not like my decision here, but I think it's a tie. I'm gonna have to say that the working dad and mom, the working mom or dad, or it doesn't even have to be a parent. If you're out there working, it's tough. And you know what? I salute you. If you're stuck at home dealing with God knows what you got to deal with, that's tough. And I salute you too.
Fish smelling poop was mentioned earlier.
If it tastes like a duck and walks like a duck, that's all I know.
Correct.
So
You might be in Maine.
So it's a tie? Are we really ending in a tie? Nick is angry in the comments that it's a tie.
You know what? All right, fine. I mean, you know what? I mean, Alex, you win because you had the most TGI Friday plugs.
I mean, we helped him.
Yeah.
We contributed 3 plugs to that list, but I understand that verdict. It does put the overall count at 4-1 in Alex's favor, Judge.
Well, you know what? Frankly, I was a little pissed that you forced me to make a decision.
I know you were.
He took it out on you.
All right, 2 truths, and then we end it.
Yep, that's it. I'll start. I once told my boss that tattoos don't make you a bad person, and I left that on his voicemail. I once took a high school locker and set it up in my garage.
I believe that.
I once wrote a program for that same company that they bought for $2,000.
I'm going to say last one.
I'm going to say the first one.
They turned the program down. They said, no, we don't
Oh.
need that program. They didn't spend any money. But all the other stuff's true.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sure it was worth $2,000.
They asked me 3 years later for it. And I told them, no thanks.
Really?
Yeah.
Just out of spite? Or
Yeah.
are you proud that you didn't let him have it?
Yeah, because it was their loss. I mean, it was just an idea. It wasn't anything special. It was something that helped them and made them more efficient. And it was something I used for my paperwork that all of their employees could use. And they were like, we don't need that. And I was like, all right.
Good for you, man. Stick it to them.
Let them pay, somebody else a whole bunch of money. That'll teach them.
You come out of winning them.
It's almost like having a tie. That's how it feels.
I'll go next. Marty, you can be the anchor.
Okay.
All right. I once spent an entire day's pay on dirty magazines. I once had a crush on my boss, so I tried to hook her up with my brother. It just sounds so stupid. I once was working at a gas station and someone came in and they used the bathroom and just wrecked it. I mean, poop I've never seen before, man. Just overflowing. And I was just a kid, man.
What happened to you today?
And just ruin it. And I wouldn't touch it. I just didn't even know where to start, what to do. And my boss's, the general manager's husband had to come in and clean it up, and he was not happy.
I'm gonna say one was the lie.
I'm gonna say 2 was the lie.
Oh, Alex is correct. One was the lie.
Come on.
My face.
All right, my turn.
Frisky today.
So frisky. First one. I have shaved my head multiple times.
No.
Second one. I've never had a beard. Third one.
Define beard.
I've never been fired.
Boy, that's tough.
I don't think you've ever been fired.
I could see him being fired. I mean, not really, but I guess. Let me see. Hair. Beard. Yeah, I'm guessing you haven't had a beard. I'll say you haven't had a beard. Or no, that's the truth. So what's the lie? The lie is you've shaved your head multiple times.
Alex?
Yeah, I went with the last one, I think. I already.
Yeah, that is the lie. I've never shaved my head before.
Nice try.
It's way too lumpy. Lord help me if I ever
Boy,
lose all
Marty,
my hair.
I just want to play Texas Hold'em with you.
Oh, open invitation, Jordan.
What have we learned today, gentlemen? What have we learned?
I learned that if you just touch one person every day, you make the world a better place.
Not according to the court.
Well, yeah, I mean, door to door wise, not, but
Sure.
Yeah, if you make a difference in someone's life, one person's life. One person.
Yeah, I feel like I learned. Did we learn the same thing? Because my what I learned today was, if you just get up every single day and go to work every day, you have the ability to change and enact someone's mission statement so that they can have proper, efficient, and effective IT services delivered to them every day.
All right. I learned this. I think that no matter what you do, there's always work involved. No matter what you do, you can make a difference.
Anna said it best in the comments. Jordan is in a place today.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Oh my gosh.
No, I think I really think just my final thoughts would be that, like, everyone's job is important. That's what I think. And you don't always think it. You don't always think that what you're doing is important. Whether you're at home taking care of the kids, whether you're a buddy of mine, he empties those like biffies and stuff. And it doesn't sound like a very glamorous job, I'm sure. And
What's a biffy?
like a toilet, like a.
We're not familiar.
Are you serious? What do you
We
guys
have
call
no
it?
idea what a biffy is. I've
What do we
never
call
heard
like
of a biffy.
what do we call what?
When you have when you're out, the bathrooms that are like at like places outside.
A porta potty.
Porta potty, yeah, we call them biffies.
Why?
Wait, what? Who's we? Like you and your friend
Everybody
Jojo
does.
from high school?
Everybody does not.
Everybody's not called them biffies.
Why do we call them biffies? Well, how does this pertain to?
My point is that no matter what you do, take pride in it, man. It's important. And you know what? It builds character.
Yeah, all right, cool. We'll get into this next week when it's on. We're gonna have a show on Wednesday next week. We're moving times, everyone. So
I got to get out of this place.
this
Yeah,
is
I'm gonna
it.
start a new character named Biffy.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna be his brother, Porta John.
He does this.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.